My Lady Rose, won't you come out tonight? Wanna see you sparkle beneath that prairie moonlight. Wanna take you dancing so we can hold each other tight. I love you so, my Lady Rose, my Lady Rose, sweetest flower heaven knows, little prairie.
Welcome, friends, to another episode of Teepee Talks, Teepee Sessions. I got a great show here lined up for you today. I got a good buddy of mine, Mr. Lorne Jones. We call him the captain there, amongst other things. But we're going to go inside and maybe play some tunes. You're going to really like this guy. Come on in. Welcome, friends. Here I am here with Teepee Talk, my good buddy here for, I think, about 45 years or more. Captain Lorne, and how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Sure glad you come up here, man. We're going to do some songs, and I've been telling my friends up here that you were coming up, so we're going to have a big jam session tonight. So we're going to get some more footage of us jamming. So that's going to be lots of fun. But
right on.
Getting right to the point, I want to. We've played music for since 1979 together.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
at least
right.
that the old Barnett Hotel.
Yeah.
That's where we first met, and we stayed up and did. Jimmy
Rogers songs all night long.
Oh,
yeah.
All night long.
That was when we first. You were playing in the pub, and I was playing in the lounge there.
That's right. That's
in Helen,
right.
And then we ended up having a few beers after. It was a good time.
Well, that's what I
Been
said.
friends ever since.
Who's this guy that plays Jimmy Rogers songs? He knows them better than I do, and I thought I was the Jimmy Rogers man.
I couldn't yodel though.
Yeah, well, that's where I come in.
The yodeler.
The yodeling.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Hey, let's try. They burned our honky tonks down. They closed them all up and
Ripped them up, tore them up.
tore them up. There's no more honky tonks across Canada now.
We got to live a really fun life in the meantime.
We
over
did.
there.
The 70s, 80s, and 90s, man, were just
Yeah.
absolutely like a 30-year span. It was just incredible.
Yeah, so I wrote this little song about it. It's called "They're Tearing Our Honky Tonks Down."
All right, let's do it.
Okay, let's try this one. When I was young, I used to practice my guitar, hoping someday I'd be playing it in the bars. That's what happened. Many years of bending strings, I've seen some things I never will forget. Yeah, all of us players had a circuit where we could pick and sing. For the love of the music, hey, we'd do most anything.
I think we did.
Then since no smoking came along, now an era's come and gone, and our venues ain't what they used to be. 'Cause they're tearing our honky tonks down. Those big old crowded smoke-filled bars, they used to be downtown. Way out in the country and everywhere around, they're tearing our honky tonks down. Like the old American, the Barnett, the Wakefield and the Ridge,
All gone.
they're gone but not forgotten, and they always will be missed, especially by those of us who love to entertain. Our music scene will never be the same, 'cause they're tearing our honky tonks down. Those big old crowded smoke-filled bars that used to be downtown, way out in the country and everywhere around, they're tearing our honky tonks down. Here we go. right to smoke, to drink, and swear. But sometimes I feel deep inside I really just don't care. 'Cause I'd love to go back where I could hear those sounds, but they're tearing our honky tonks down. Yeah, they're tearing our honky tonks down. Those big old crowded smoke-filled bars that used to be downtown, way out in the country, but everywhere around, they're tearing our honky tonks down. Yeah, they're tearing our honky tonks down. Here we go. Nice.
Well, that's a good one, partner.
buddy.
Holy man.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's a true story, but that said, you've been, because there was no more work left, the old honky tonks down, but you've always been a West Coast guy. You've been logging, you've been fishing. I mean, you were always gigging on the West Coast. You made your living on the West Coast.
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
So you're tugboating now.
Yes, I am.
Well, hopefully we'll get a chance to do a little tugboat song
Sure.
tonight or today. But you were born in a logging camp, were you? Or
I was
you
born
guys
at an
lived-
early age.
You were born at an early age. Yeah. Well, that's nice to know.
Yeah.
You weren't hatched or nothing.
Yeah. No, I was born in Vancouver, but I spent a lot of time growing up at my dad's logging camp, doing school by correspondence and, just really learning how to be a jet setter back then. But
And how many brothers were there?
there was 5 of us.
5. Yeah. You lost one brother, didn't you?
Yes, we did in a logging accident. Unfortunately, a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know all your brothers. I've met them over the years, and they're just great friends and great
Know all
people,
your brothers too.
and you know all of my brothers, and
Yeah.
That's funny how that works. Eh?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's fun. I remember your dad very well, and you remember my dad.
Yeah, sure.
Remember
you
when we
love
went up
Bud.
to my dad's logging camp that time, and
Oh yeah, you got one down there. I
Jess,
flipped on
Jess tried
BC
to-
slime.
It was low tide when we got up there. It was up Jarvis Inlet,
Yeah.
and we came up there. We stopped at the what was the name of that pub? The Back Eddy up in Egmont. We ended up staying a little bit longer, and then of course we had another captain. We took off up there, and so we got up there. It was low tide, and Jess had to try, making his way up the beach there. Nothing but big boulders everywhere,
Boulders
tripping and
rocks,
falling and
BC
sliding.
green slime all over.
My dad comes out, he's like, "Lauren, you got one down over here."
Bud. I really love Bud, man. I played his old guitar. He had an old Gibson. I think it
Yeah.
was an L something or
Yeah, no, it was a J50.
J50. Yeah, it was fantastic.
42 J50. I still have that guitar.
Yeah, good.
Sounds great. Yeah.
I heard you got a new top on it or something.
Had to get a new top on it. Yeah. I got it all fixed up.
But
and
he
it
sure
still
liked
plays.
the Jimmy Rogers song.
Yeah, he did.
Holy,
Yeah.
he was a big fan, and we hit her off real good. I think I bought him a picture or something, Jimmy or something. He might have hung it up there in the old shack
Yeah.
he was in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
had
I
a great
remember
night.
that.
We stayed
You guys
up.
stayed up. Well, I went to sleep.
Yeah, we
You
stayed up
guys
till
stayed up
morning.
yodeling
Yeah,
till 4 in the morning.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Well, that's okay. I remember doing it with your dad there a few times, staying up quite late,
Yeah.
yodeling away,
Yodeling.
playing guitar and banjo.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your dad was a banjo player and pretty entertaining fella as well. Had a lot of good
I
times
wanted
with
to
him.
ask you about, like, when we went down to Nashville. I had a chance to go down to Nashville. I think that was in the maybe early '80s or no, late '80s and early '90s or something when we
Right.
were down there. But we had some really interesting experiences. We were doing a showcase at Douglas Corner, I think it was.
Right.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that night there was T.M. Harding and myself and who was it? Some other gal out there was really, really good too. But
Right. Except for that was in Austin.
but there was all these famous guitar pickers and playing in the band at the time. I think we put together. Do you remember some of them guys? Because I can't remember their names. I think one guy was Brent Mason or something.
Yeah, there was quite a few guys. Ray Flock was that was in there, and like quite a few of the session players.
The hot shots, yeah.
Hot shots around Nashville. Chris Lissinger was another one. He came down. Great player, played on all the Garth Brooks stuff. And of course, we met and partied with, what's his name? Earl Budley.
Earl Budley wrote
I Got Friends in Low Places. And,
that's right.
He had some good stories, and quite a few of the Gibson Miller guys were there. And
that's
a lot
right
of
too, yeah.
Susan Jacks came down. And,
holy man.
Yeah, we were still, rubbing shoulders with the big boys back in those days.
Yeah.
I wanted to say how much I enjoy your sessions here, your teepee. It's cool.
Well, I'm sure glad you made her up, man. I know it's a long ways to come just to do a little thing like that, but I heard you got a teepee going up at your place, so
I got a teepee going, yeah, you betcha.
Good, I'll come down and maybe we'll do some
celebrating our heritage.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Lorne's Métis too, and well, they don't call you Métis on the West Coast, do you? What do they call you there?
Oh, I can't really say on the camera there what they call us on the West Coast here. I don't know. It's just, proud of my heritage of being part Native, my grandmother and my great-grandmother.
Yeah.
And, I've always been proud of that.
Well, your grandfather was the famous Jiggaroo Jones, or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was a coastal pioneer. He was from Wales, so he was Welsh.
Welsh, yeah.
He liked the natives quite a bit, I think.
Yeah.
He has a lot of relatives around.
A lot of
especially
Joneses.
up in the Queen Charlottes and stuff, yeah. It was my great-great-grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. Like the stories I heard, like about the guy, he was quite the character.
Yeah, he certainly was quite the character.
And you had a refurbished tugboat that was his boat, wasn't it?
Well, it was an old fish boat that my dad had.
Fish boat, your dad, yeah.
And he named it after him. And
okay, that's what it was.
For quite a few years.
What happened to that?
I sold it.
Oh, okay, because I always want to take a spin on that thing, yeah. It was called the Jiggaroo or something.
Jiggaroo Jones was
Jiggaroo
the name of the
Jones,
boat,
yeah. No, that's a great name.
Yeah.
I think I tried to give you that moniker once, but you wouldn't accept it.
No, it was just that was his.
Yeah, that was his for sure. Well, let's try another song here, man.
Sure.
Why don't we do one of your tugboat tunes there?
Okay.
Lauren's been running tugboats on the West Coast here for quite a few years. I actually went out on a little excursion there for 13 days, and boy, that was some pretty harrowing experiences, for a landlubber like me, a prairie boy. But it was a good time. Let's do a little tugboat here.
Okay, here's a little song that I wrote called "Waiting by the South Side of the North Arm," which we tow logs in there, and that's we call it the stretch going down there, Georgia Strait, where it gets kind of wide open. You got to be careful going across there, or you can get caught in the wind, which is not a lot of fun when you're towing logs. So this song is "Waiting by the South Side of the North Arm," and it goes like this: key of A. Bob maybe do it B flat on the end. Key of A. Well, we got here a little too soon. Gotta kill some time. Waiting for the tide to turn to flood. Too late for the last of it. Too early for the first of it. Now I'm holding my breath, hoping for the best. Praying the wind don't blow from the west. I'm waiting by the south side of the North Arm. Not a nice place to be when it's blowing westerly. And the river's running out, there ain't no doubt we're gonna see what it's all about. Waiting by the south side of the North Arm. You know, 15 to 20 is plenty. Yeah. With a 10-foot drop, you get a big bad chop, and your log toes helter-skelter. But there's no place for shelter. Rubbing my rabbit's foot with my 4-leaf clover. Counting all my lucky charms. Waiting by the south side of the North Arm. Hey, I'm waiting by the south side of the North when it's blowing westerly, when the river's running out, there ain't no doubt we're gonna see what it's all about. We're waiting by the south side of the north. You kinda feel like your pants are down, you're looking around, you wanna pull them up, but you know that you're stuck by the south side of the north. Help waiting by the south side of the north. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was
Good
fun.
tune, man. I mean, like, you wrote a whole album of
Couple of
Tugboat.
them.
A couple albums,
Yeah,
yeah.
a couple of them.
How they sound like hotcakes, or they just sound like CD?
Yeah, or like, well, one of them went solid cardboard
Yeah.
there in Vancouver. No, DesolationSoundStudio.com. We got the studio there.
Get it in there, man. Get your
I've actually
plugs in.
sold a fair number of them in, quite a few different places around.
Yeah. Oh no,
People
it's
hook
great
up to
stuff. If people don't like, I've never heard. I didn't know a single thing about tugboating until I met you, of course. And then when you started writing all these tunes, and I went, "Geez, these are great tunes."
Yes, and thank you very much for coming down and playing and singing and
Yeah, well,
everything that you do.
glad to be a part of it, man.
Jess Lee live on the Tugs.
Yeah, live in the tugs. I got my land legs back. It took me 2 weeks to get my land legs back. I was walking like this way.
Yeah,
Pretty
well, we
bizarre.
sure had a lot of fun out there too, and I must say that over the last 40 some odd years, we've had a lot of good times together. And it's great,
Oh.
great to be here.
A
Great
lot
to
of
see
laughs, my friend. And
Yeah.
I know Peter Gilmore. He's probably out there somewhere, going, "Gee, I wish I was with those guys, acting up right with them," But
Yeah.
anyways, thanks. And we're gonna
I
be
can see
jamming
Bob
and playing.
twitching out there outside the tent or the teepee.
Oh,
Can hardly wait to get in here and play. So we're gonna be back with.
we're gonna be playing live music here tonight in the cabin. Teepee cabbing, we call her, cabin something. Whatever, we'll have to come up with a name for it, anyways. But we'll see a little later on. But thank you, my special guest, Captain Lorne here, and hope you enjoyed the show.
Nice to see everybody.
My Lady Rose, won't you come out tonight? Wanna see you sparkle beneath that prairie moonlight. Wanna take you down